Valen, and let's get into our question of the day now. And this morning we're asking you about the support services from government. What challenges have you encountered while trying to access government social relief initiatives during the lockdown? And that's across the board, all the relief measures that have been announced by government. What sort of challenges have you encountered at Morning Live SABC, hashtag Morning Live SABC, and hopefully we'll have some time to share a few of your messages throughout the show.
And also remember that just in a couple of minutes' time after the 6:30 news headlines, we're going to be joined by Minister Lindiwe Zulu. So I think a lot of the issues pertaining to that may be answered by the Minister herself. All right, let's move into stories of the day now. Police Minister Becky Cele is today expected to release the annual crime stats reflecting crimes that occurred from the 1st of April to the end of March. That's 2019 to March 2020.
The Commission of Inquiry into allegations of state capture is expected to continue hearing evidence relating to allegations of corruption at the country's law enforcement agencies when it resumes this morning.
Right, the cumulative number of confirmed COVID-19 cases in South Africa, 482,169. Total number of deaths, 7,812. A total number of 309,601 have recovered. So active cases now, 164,756.
And then once again, just those numbers. Should you need to speak to someone, need any more information, you can call the 24-hour hotline on 0800 029 999, or you can use the WhatsApp service on 0600 123 456.
All right, just a quick breakdown of the provinces here. Gauteng, total reporting now 171,574, Western Cape 94,440, the Eastern Cape 77,055, KZN 73,919, the Northwest 18,811, the Free State 20,398, Mpumalanga 13,280, Limpopo 8,240, and the Northern Cape 4,402. We've spoken through the rest of those numbers except for total tests conducted. Look at that, we're almost at 3 million tests so far.
And then of those 11,006 increases in the number of infections, this is how the breakdown goes. Those were 3,205 confirmed cases in Gauteng, Eastern Cape 1,183, Western Cape recorded 703 new cases, KZN 1,191, 580 in the Northwest Province, Limpopo 400, Mpumalanga 838, the Free State saw 1,191 more cases, and the Northern Cape 267. And then you have the cumulative number of deaths from COVID-19, 1,932 in Gauteng Province, 1,700 in the Eastern Cape, Western Cape reaching that 3,000 mark to 3,017, 767 fatalities in KZN, 81 in the Northwest Province, Limpopo 67, Mpumalanga 65, 154 in the Free State, and 29 people have succumbed to COVID-19 in the Northern Cape. And then the recoveries there, that column always one worth keeping an eye on, because that's a very important statistic.
All right, just a quick look at your 7-day stats now. So we go back to Friday. This was last Friday. There were 245,771 recoveries, and we've now gone up over 50,000, almost 55,000 recoveries since then. So we're at 309,601. And then, of course, the deaths you can see moving up quite rapidly, but still, one would say in comparison to the rest of the world, we're still doing well on the death front, even though you can't say that to someone who's lost a loved one, and we do of course send deep sympathies to many that are burying right now. It's very, very sad. And then, of course, the new cases, and you see per day since last Friday, the increases that we are reporting every single day here in South Africa. You see a slight dip, and then it goes right back up to where it was. So yesterday, 11,046 is what we recorded in terms of new viruses. All right, quickly, your global, there you go, 17.2 million is where we're at right now. That's an increase of 216,000. I mean, the United States are not slowing down at all. 63,255 is how many they reported yesterday. I mean, look at Brazil. That was yesterday alone, almost 70,000 cases reported. The death toll so far, 671,000 is where we're sitting at in terms of the world. But the recovery, 10.1 million. Quite a jump and looking good in terms of recovery.
Right, let's move on to those trending topics now. First up, hashtag Cyril must fall. And this, of course, all started with Leanne, the Gauteng PPE scandal. And people then, just started looking at all the other failures under the presidency of Cyril Ramaphosa, talking about the unemployment rate and saying this had already started to rise even before the lockdown started. So people expressing their frustration and anger at the state of the nation right now.
All right, the next one that's come up is the 31st of July movement. And this is one that, of course, has got something going in Zimbabwe. Zimbabweans basically waking up and marching for rights. This is what this is all about. The rights they're talking about: march for your children who will be unemployed, march to stop corruption and incompetence of government. The future of Zimbabwe is in your hands. And then some also saying that, South Africa are supporting you. And also the hashtag ZANU-PF must go is also gaining traction. But this is a big day for Zimbabwe as they all come together and march for many issues, as we've outlined, education as well, and many, many other things.
Hashtag level 3 regulations, and we spoke to this somewhat in the news as well, and people basically just expressing their views on this particular issue, Leanne. One of the ones I came across was by someone calling themselves Soul and say, Sir Cyril, please just open the res. I need to go to my place because I left my yum peanut butter, and here at home they buy Togoman. And 5-liter Togomani peanut butter, and this is not going well.
Oh my gosh.
People
gotta love the
expressing
sense of
all
humour
sorts of frustrations. Yeah.
Exactly. But I think the big one is just the moving on the tourism sector, particularly, which you had in the news, is that now for restaurants they are able to operate until 10 o'clock at night, still no alcohol to be served, and then you're also allowed to travel for leisure within your province, not out of your province, in your province. So those are some of the changes that have happened. But this one I'm going to leave to you to speak to, because this is what kept you up during the night. Well, not kept you up, but I suppose maybe entertained you. I don't know what I can say.
I'll tell you what, Leanne. The thing here is hashtag Amapatra. And this speaks to the Gauteng PPE scandal and the husband of Kusela. And what has been in question here is, remember, he has been referred to as king. And now, there is no kingship of the Amapatra. Oh. And the thing that struck, that basically stood out for me was the other day when they released that report on Wednesday, the statement, I should say, about just setting the record straight. And when he said, I do not receive an allowance, because people had been saying, but you're a king, we pay you. Why are you busy chasing tenders in Joburg? When are you looking after your people? And when he said he doesn't get an allowance, I immediately went to the Nklapo report. During President Mbeki's tenure, he commissioned the Nklapo report to look into this matter of, how many royal houses, how many kingships we have in the country. Yeah. And I went to look at that list. There is no kingship for Amapatra. So he is not a king, a recognized king. So this is the issue. And people were talking to that particular matter. This is why Amapatra is trending.
Yeah, and the most trending topic right now is Shaka. Yes. And everybody talking about this, and that's like the #1 trending topic because of basically, this whole talk about it and, the different and respective kings. And really, there is no such king. But, you, as I say, you've done the research on this one, and yeah, not great findings, is it? Okay, Sakina, we've got to get into news headlines now. So very quickly, what is topping our bulletins?